year, the Bensalem Owls were beaten in all three meetings by the North Penn Knights, including a 41-37 win in the District 1 playoffs. Repeat or revenge? We'll find out tonight on North Penn Television. Pleasant good evening, everyone. Along with the voice of North Penn Wrestling, Jason Payne, I'm Kyle Berger. This figures to be a great Suburban 1 League matchup between the 4-4 North Penn Knights and the 3-2 Bensalem Owls. The Bensalem Owls tonight, Jason, are obviously going to use their height.
With a short starting lineup for the North Penn Knights, people like Krishan Lewis and Byron Schamberger are going to really clean up on the boards with a 3 and 4 inch height advantage over off of the tallest North Penn starter.
Well, I had a chance to talk with Krishan Lewis earlier tonight, and he said Bensalem will be using every advantage they have tonight, and he said they're just going to stick with what works. Against Pennsbury, something obviously worked. Krishan Lewis had 14 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 steals. Jason, you played football against Lewis earlier this year, one of the best receivers in the area. What can we expect from him tonight?
Well, you're going to see all facets of the game from Krishan Lewis. He's a great athlete. He can jump, he can run, he can do it all. He can pull up with jump shots, and he can finish on the fast break. So we're going to see a lot of things from Krishan Lewis.
Also tonight, I talked with North Penn coach Mike Ferguson. We might see a new way to play tonight, the up-tempo game. Usually running a Princeton-style offense are the North Penn Knights with a lot of ball control. The Knights might try to outrun and wear down the Owls tonight.
Well, with being much shorter than the Bensalem Owls, they're going to have to run and convert on a lot of transition opportunities, and then hit the outside shot with the great shooters they have when they get the opportunity.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, Jason.
For the visiting Bensalem Owls, 6'3" forward, number 23, Art Brown. A 6-foot guard, number 30, Rob Dunner. 6'2" forward, number 42, Krishan Lewis. 6'5" center, number 44, Byron Schamberger. 6'1" forward, number 54, TJ Stansel. For the home team, the North Penn Knights, they'll be starting with Peker Stopa, number 10, a 6'1" guard. Mike McKenna, number 21, a 6-foot guard. Number 30, Mike Hauser, 6'2" forward. John Brucker, number 40, 6'4" center. And Jay Joseph, forward, number 23, 6'3".
Thank you, Jason. The two teams are ready to go at it, and the Blue Crew is definitely ready. We'll be back with opening tip right after this. Stay with us on North Penn Television.
Billy wants to work on airplanes when he grows up. Maybe one that you fly in. Now, would you like this free booklet of simple ways you can help improve his education? Call 1-800-96-PROMISE. Sally wants to be a surgeon someday. Maybe she'll operate on you. Now, would you like a free booklet of simple ways you can help improve her education? Call 1-800-96-PROMISE.
Why don't you come up here, Pumpkin?
What are you doing, Larry?
Well, Vince, I've asked my Pumpkin to sit on my lap to prove a point.
And what is that, your Larryness?
Even if we fasten our safety belts, even if you hold on tight, even if you were watching the road...
Yeah?
In a crash, your Pumpkin will be nothing but a squash.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Use child safety seats.
We love that little pumpkin to pieces.
Next trip to the store, look for products made from recycled materials. Then buy them.
Call 1-800-CALL-EDF for your free Buy Recycled shopping guide.
Back now at North Penn High School's gymnasium, getting set for the tip-off between the North Penn Knights and the Bensalem Owls. Tonight's officials, Mr. Rick Fertig and Mr. Dave Ruminski. Of course, Bensalem is coming off of that 57-45 win over the Pennsbury Falcons. And North Penn is coming off a tough 49-41 loss to the Council Rock Indians. But a nice surprise for the Knights there, Jason. Mike Riley putting 14 points on the board.
Mike Riley, a guy who doesn't get a lot of minutes, but he made his minutes worthwhile in that last game. He also had a whole bunch of rebounds and really helped out. They had a 16-1 run in that game, and I think he was a big part of that.
Players exchanging pleasantries before we get underway here on North Penn's home court. Jay Joseph and Byron Schamberger will do the honors. And Bensalem quickly controlling off the tip-off. That's TJ Stansel. Now back out and outside the arc, Rob Dunner, the quarterback for the Bensalem football team. Jason, you played against them as well.
Rob Dunner was an excellent scrambler. The athleticism from the quarterback position was amazing, and he uses those skills now on the basketball court.
So Bensalem out to a quick 2-0 lead. TJ Stansel put the ball on the floor and gets the baseline drive for the first basket of tonight's ball game. Christopa down in the corner will send it out. Now Jay Joseph controlling. McKenna thought about a three, and he'll pass it back to Joseph. Bensalem setting up in a 2-3 setup. Christopa trying to get quickly into Hauser, has it blocked off. Brucker throws it away. That's going to be a backcourt violation. But Jay Joseph will just let it go out of bounds. Bensalem ball and an early turnover by the North Penn Knights.
We didn't see any quick running transition game here because of Bensalem's points on the first possession.
Another thing that North Penn is looking to do tonight, according to Coach Fergus, is press a lot on defense, not letting Bensalem get set up, but quickly on the tip-in off his own shot, the 6'5" center Byron Schamberger puts it back. 4-0 Owls have the lead.
You can just see the height advantage Schamberger's putting on Brucker, and the leaping ability is big too.
Christopa is swatted on the three by Byron Schamberger. When you have a 6'1" guard going against a 6'5" center, you're going to have a lot of shots being blocked.
And I just mentioned his height ability and his leaping ability. You just saw a perfect example of that right there.
McKenna sends it to Christopa in the corner for three. No good off the rim. Bensalem quickly on the attack. Great pass to Krishan Lewis. Blocking foul on Pete Christopa. That's his first and the team's first. A good look by TJ Stansel on that play.
Well, I think what a major factor for Bensalem in running their offense is they got to rebound and give outlet passes to their runners, and that's what you saw right there. If North Penn wants to run, they're going to have to rebound well to get it going.
Of course, with that height disadvantage tonight, that's going to be a problem. They're just going to have to box out better on their own half of the court. 4-0 is the score. Bensalem with a quick lead. The Knights went to a 20-second timeout to try to settle things down. And when we come back, Krishan Lewis will be taking 2 free throws as Pete Christopa picked up his first foul and the team's first. Just a minute and 1/2 into action here at North Penn High School. Glad he can join us along with Jason Payne. I'm Kyle Berger.
We really get to see what kind of player Krishan Lewis is. A lot of players don't worry about the free throws, and a guy who's real good on the free throws shows a good work ethic on his basketball game.
Lewis unable to make that first free throw due to the chanting partially of the Blue Crew. A big crowd here tonight. But Lewis does make his second free throw, the back end, making it 5-0 Bensalem as McKenna brings the ball up court for the Knights.
Krishan Lewis getting some Division I prospects for football. Said he'd like to play a little basketball if he could too.
McKenna for three, no good, just hit the glass, no rim on that one. Ball will go out of bounds off of Bensalem. It looked like maybe Rob Dunner got a finger on that one. So Jay Joseph will inbound for the Knights on the far side of the court. Hauser, who had a huge game against Lansdale Catholic last Saturday. And now it's Jay Joseph at the top. Hauser into Brucker. And back to Hauser. This is for three off the front of the rim. Ball will go out of bounds, and it is North Penn's ball once again. This one just off of Krishan Lewis. Referee Rick Fertig all over that call.
Lewis's height advantage really didn't help him out there. He was the one who tipped the ball out of bounds.
McKenna for three. No good. Push-off foul against John Brucker. That's his first, the team's second. Dunner will inbound from the baseline for the Knights. And here we see North Penn going to that full-court press, a matchup defense.
The Knights really can't afford John Brucker to get in foul trouble. He's one of their bigger guys and more aggressive. And they're definitely going to need him in this game.
Good defensive play by McKenna up into the bleachers all the way into the third or fourth row. Good hustle by McKenna, but cannot keep the ball in bounds. Bensalem will inbound. It's Rob Dunner. He'll get it in quickly to Art Brown. He's doubled down. Ball loose on the floor. Brucker fighting for it. Hauser with a great dive, but picking it up is TJ Stansel. Now getting the drive in the basket is Art Brown. 7-0. North Penn needs a basket in the worst kind of way right now, Jason.
I think they've got to set up their outside shooters, Christopa, Hauser, McKenna. They're great with jump shots. Here's a perfect time to set them up.
Christopa wide open in the corner for three, short off the front of the rim. North Penn trying a lot of three-pointers early on and unable to connect on any of them. Now it's Lewis for three. Count it, 10-0. North Penn needs a timeout, but I don't think they're going to take one here. Just a bit over 3 minutes into this opening quarter, and it's all the Owls right now.
It seems like North Penn's getting their jump shooters open, but they're just not dropping down. I think they got to work a little motion to free up some closer shots.
Hauser draws the foul on Krishan Lewis. I believe that's on the floor, so no foul shots to come for the Knights. Just a baseline inbound. That's Krishan Lewis's first and the Owls' first. Jay Joseph working against Rob Dunner. Will dish it off to Hauser. Christopa will reset for the Knights out towards midcourt. And he'll set it up quickly in. Great pass by Hauser. Brucker cannot get the basket, but draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul is against number 23, Art Brown. I'm sorry, Jason, go ahead.
That's one of John Brucker's best attributes as a basketball player. He takes the ball aggressive to the hoop and draws a lot of fouls.
So it's 10-0. North Penn looking to get on the board. John Brucker there at the line. Makes the first. The Knights are finally on the board. 3 minutes and 42 seconds into this game. Brucker's second is no good off the back of the rim, but Christopa gets the offensive rebound thanks to the tip by Jay Joseph. Great play by the sophomore.
Jay Joseph looks a lot more comfortable this year than last year. As a freshman, he just looked very uncomfortable on the court, and he has some experience now.
Jay Joseph taking a three-pointer from the top of the key off of the back of the rim, and John Brucker quickly picking up two fouls. He'll take a seat on the benches. Mike Riley checks in, getting the adulation of the crowd here at North Penn.
They're going to need Mike Riley big input as he had against Council Rock in this game.
Jay Joseph picked up the steal, did not take a very good shot there. Probably should have waited for the offense to set up instead of hurrying. And then he picks up his own foul. That's his first and the team's fourth. A little bit over halfway through this first quarter, 10-1, the Owls have the lead. Stansel brings it up the court. Great dish over to Schamberger. Goes out of bounds off of his own hands. North Penn basketball.
Looks like he was looking to shoot before he had control of the ball. North Penn desperately needs to score some points here. They got to get some open shots, and they got to hit them this time.
Yeah, North Penn is 0 for 7 from the floor so far tonight. That's not good. Mike Riley is partially blocked there by Byron Schamberger, and Bensalem will take over. North Penn needs a defensive stop right here. Krishan Lewis no good on the three off of the rim. Riley fighting and bringing it in as Brown. Air ball, but a great tip in by Krishan Lewis. There's that athletic ability for you. He may go across the middle of the football field and sky to get one of Rob Dunner's passes, but he gets the tip in right there. Great play by Krishan Lewis.
I think they need to attack Krishan Lewis a little bit with their offense. Maybe get him a couple fouls on him and it'll make him a little more passive on the offensive end.
Joseph with the drive. He'll kick it out to Christopa for three. No good off the rim. Rob Dunner will bring it up. He's all by himself. 5 North Penn Knights defenders back. Dunner takes the 18-footer. No good. And Christopa picks up the rebound. Here's the hurry-up offense for the Knights. McKenna will now set it up. Joseph to McKenna on that far side. Joseph, the great look to Hauser. He's stuck underneath, but the left hand is off the front of the rim. Rebound by TJ Stansel.
They're the kind of opportunities you have to take advantage of. Hauser had a nice, easy shot. If he would have shot it right away.
Pete Christopa, meanwhile, on the steal, the easy layup. North Penn's first basket of the night. 12-3 now the score. The Owls with a 9-point lead.
It's the kind of defense the Knights need to get back in this game. They need to force turnovers and score on them.
Justin Hughes is checking in for North Penn. He'll be replacing Mike McKenna, and coming in for the Owls, number 12, Wes Frazier, and number 33, Eric Reap. Reap, another big guy for Bensalem. He's 6'4", and he'll play that center position. Stancil, the baseline drive, just over Joseph's outreaching arm. Krishan Lewis, the 360, and putting it up and in. 14-3, rather. Bensalem with the lead.
Seems like Krishan Lewis is in the right place at the right time on every trip down the court.
1:45 to go. Here's Hughes in the corner, the sophomore. Christopa now working against Lewis, goes to the crossover, looking for Riley in the middle. Christopa says, my bad, and it's Bensalem ball on their own baseline.
Looks like we're trying to force a little too much. We just got to make our shots and get back in this game with defense and points.
Brown goes to the glass and gets the hard-fought layup against Jay Joseph. Just seems that Bensalem is just taking over this game.
Doesn't look like North Penn's trying to transition game either.
Joseph for three, no good off the rim. Good rebound by Justin Hughes, but he stepped on the baseline, make that a travel. Another turnover for the Knights, and now checking in, number 22, John Jameson. And also for Bensalem, number 13, Akil Flythe, who played tight end for the Bensalem Owls this year. So a lot of football players on this basketball team.
Akil Flythe, a guy with height and speed and good hands. Be interesting to watch him play basketball.
Here's Eric Reap, has it picked off by North Penn's Hughes. Now out to the corner, a three-pointer, no good by John Jameson. Loose ball foul, I believe it's Mike Riley on that call, and it is, that's his first. And the team's fifth foul.
North Penn can't afford to have Brucker and Riley in foul trouble in this game. They've got to loosen up with the fouls.
Now we're under a minute to go in the opening quarter. North Penn's pressing defense, almost forcing a turnover. Not a very smart play right there by Mike Riley. That's his second. And as you said, Jason, can't afford to have both their big men in trouble tonight.
We might see a couple young guys if our big boys get in foul trouble tonight.
That's North Penn's 16th foul. From now on, Bensalem will be shooting 1-1 on fouls. Checking in now, number 34, Ted Stratton for the Knights. He'll be the next big man in the lineup. Also checking in for Bensalem is number 24, Rob Browse. Krishan Lewis controlling on the floor. Here's a three-pointer by Browse, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Up and in is Akil Flythe. That's his first 2 points of the game. 18-3. We have ourselves a blowout on our hands right now with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. North Penn needs a basket. Hughes from the baseline gets the basket. 18-5, now under 24 to go.
We're seeing some youth on the court for North Penn with Hughes, Jay Joseph, and Ted Stratton.
Here's Akil Flythe back out to Krishan Lewis. The fadeaway. Oh my goodness, I don't know how he made that one. And a little salute to the Blue Crew as well. 20-5, 5 seconds to go. Joseph will probably take the last shot. It's a three-pointer. Count it as the buzzer rings. 20-8 is the score. North Penn finds themselves down by 12. They're going to have to talk things over here. What can we expect to see in the second quarter from North Penn?
Well, I think North Penn's got to tighten up the defense, especially on the defensive rebounds. Bensalem's got a whole bunch of opportunities with offensive rebounds, second chance points, and they're knocking them down. North Penn is going to have to hit the boards and control the ball on offense.
Well, Krishan Lewis is 4 for 5 from the field. That's including one for 2 from three-point range. He has 9 points already for the Owls. That's almost half of their points. When you look at North Penn's shooting totals, they've only made 3 field goals out of all their shots so far in this first quarter. And you can't have that happen if you want to win some basketball games.
That's definitely true. And another issue is they're getting out-rebounded by a lot. And if you're missing shots and you're getting rebounds and putting them back in, you can afford it. But North Penn isn't doing either.
Yeah, North Penn is 3 for 15 from the floor, and off the top of my head, I think that's about 20%. And just those numbers right there tell the story of this first quarter. 20-8, Bensalem has the lead. And North Penn will inbound the ball, sticking with the same 5 that were on the court at the end of the first quarter. Hauser and Jamison, the only seniors on the court right now for the Knights. Jay Joseph over to Hauser. Good defense by Krishan Lewis, poking the ball away from Hauser as it went off of him over the sideline. Dunner inbounds to Browse. Dunner does a nice job of getting away from the trapping defense of North Penn. Krishan Lewis will set it up over to Browse, driving off the front of the rim, no good. Jay Joseph with a big rebound for the Knights.
They have to continue to limit the second chance points like they did on that last trip to get back in this game.
Great ball handling by Joseph on that previous sequence. Hauser with a long 3, no good off the back of the rim. Jamison unable to swat it away from Flythe, and Bensalem will press. It's Krishan Lewis for 3, no good off the rim. Akil Flythe with a great board and the basket, 22-8. Bensalem with a 14-point lead, a very commanding lead with 7 minutes to go in this first half.
That's the second time we've seen Akil Flythe work the offensive boards and score.
Great play by Hauser to save that ball from going over the baseline. Now Hughes will just send it back to John Jamison, the younger brother of North Penn legend Jay Jamison. Meanwhile, three-pointer is missed by Jay Joseph. North Penn is just shooting bricks right now.
Akil Flythe got his 4th rebound on that last trip down the court.
Three-pointer is missed on that play by Rob Browse. Push-off foul, I believe, on Krishan Lewis. And anytime anything negative happens to Krishan Lewis, we're going to hear it from the Blue Crew tonight. Obviously, the best player on the Bensalem team. He's going to get the most jeers from the crowd tonight.
That's right. He's going to get the short end of the stick, as we say here.
Meanwhile, McKenna has checked back into the game, and I believe Byron Schamberger has just come back in for Bensalem, as Lewis takes a seat on the bench, as does Justin Hughes for the Knights. Joseph at the top of the key. Now it's Jamison. Looks into the corner to McKenna. Now it's Hauser. 2 minutes into this second quarter. McKenna just hanging out on the baseline. Now he'll send it back out, and the Knights will reset. It's Hauser, now Jamison. McKenna thought about the 3. He's doubled down and gets the safety valve to Jamison. McKenna with a baseline drive, kicks it out. Hauser for 3, wide open. It's good, and it's 22-11. Bensalem doubling up on North Penn.
That's the kind of North Penn offense we're going to need for the rest of this game.
Good pass by Flythe over to Stansel. The turnaround jumper, no good off the rim, but a great rebound by the 6'5" Schamberger over the head of Mike Hauser. 24-11, Bensalem with the lead.
Height and leaping ability right now are winning the game for Bensalem on the offensive boards.
Ted Stratton double-teamed. Hauser gives it back to Stratton. He'll put it on the floor and gets the roll off the rim. Ted Stratton scores 2 for the Knights. 24-13. Here's Stansel working against Hauser in the press. Doubled down now by Jamison. Joseph almost gets the steal, swatted up by McKenna. Had a good idea right there, just did not work out for North Penn. Look at that give and go from Flythe to Stansel, but it does not work. And now North Penn will just slow it down. Jay Joseph will walk across midcourt, finding his Knights down 24-13. 4.5 to go on the clock in this first half.
The Knights have to continue to limit. Wow. McKenna deep. Very deep.
An NBA length three-pointer from McKenna. That's his first 3 points of the night. 24-16. I can't believe McKenna took that shot, but if he's going to make him, might as well take him.
I lost my train of thought when I saw him shoot it from so far away.
Stansel will now regather for Bensalem and throws the ball away, but it's kept in nicely by Akil Flythe. He's trapped in the corner. Gets rid of it to Schamberger, working against Joseph. Drives on Jamison. And Jamison, a good job of getting planted there, drawing the charge against Schamberger. Even though it wasn't very flagrant, he gets the call. A good job by Dave Ruminski to make the call on that one.
The past 3 or 4 trips down the court, North Penn has not let Bensalem score, and they've scored on their offensive possession. And right now, that's what's keeping them. That's what has lessened the lead to only 8.
Pistol Pete checks back into the game for the Knights, number 10, Pete Christopa. And North Penn, with 3:50 on the clock, is down by 8. Jay Joseph with the jump in the lane cannot get that one to fall, and Ted Stratton is called for his first foul. Now the team is over the limit. Bensalem will be taking 1-on-1, and we've seen a couple push-off fouls on the Knights, and that's obviously a direct relation to the height disadvantage that they have. They're going to have to grab and push and do whatever they can to try to get their offensive rebounds, and that's just not working for them right now.
Well, the Knights they're going to have to be real aggressive, but they have to get good position to get those rebounds.
Art Brown misses the first half of the 1-on-1, and Hauser picks up the rebound. North Penn now going to run the floor. Pete Christopa is told by Fergus to call timeout, and he responds. Clock stopped with 3:40 to go, 24-16. So we've seen a good second quarter by the North Penn Knights so far. They've put some good numbers on the board and finally seem to get their offense in click right now.
Well, it all goes back to rebounding and keeping the second chance points by Bensalem down and scoring when they get the ball. And I think they finally started to hit a couple jump shots. They're getting good opportunities at the net, and it all equals what they've done here in the second quarter.
And one thing we've seen also, Jason, Bensalem's defense is basically a 2-3 or a 3-2, and their front line sets up right around the foul line, so they're giving North Penn the perimeter shots and three-pointers, even though they're well under 50% in three-point shooting. We've seen McKenna, he drilled that 30-footer from way downtown, and that was a huge basket for the Knights. Also, Hauser had a three-pointer. So really, if Bensalem's going to give them the three-pointer, North Penn is going to take it. And as long as they continue to make three-point baskets at a decent pace, they'll be able to get right back in this ballgame.
As long as they keep the defense up, I think that's a big key. We got guys who can hit the three-pointers, but if we can't play defense and offensive rebound, we're going to be in trouble.
McKenna will inbound for the Knights with 3:40 left. 24-16, Bensalem has the lead. Bensalem once again setting up in that zone. Krishan Lewis is back in the game for the Owls. He'll match up against Jay Jamison. McKenna with the drive, get it out of here. Number 23, Art Brown with the swat. The home run pass from Stansel to Lewis is unable to be connected, and North Penn will inbound, so a bad turnover for Bensalem right there.
Looked like Bensalem was in a 1-2-2 on that last set with Krishan Lewis up top. A little box and one for Bensalem.
McKenna, another long three. This one's off the front of the rim. Not enough juice on that one. Now 3 minutes to go. Stansel with his back to the basket. Now a long three-pointer by Dunner is nothing but net. The quarterback of Bensalem hits a long pass, long touchdown pass right there to the net. And now a steal as Lewis throws it out of bounds. 27-16, an 11-point lead for Bensalem.
Bensalem a little out of control with a couple of these long passes, giving up opportunities to really put a big lead on the Knights.
Hauser inbounds to McKenna. He's trapped. And now Hauser will dribble up and pass to Pete Christopa. Working against Lewis, he'll set up. 2:40 to go in the second quarter. Hauser hands it off to Joseph. He'll wait for things to get set up.
Looks like Bensalem still in that box and one.
With Lewis at the top, of course. Ted Stratton, the turnaround, draws the foul. Is it in the air? I believe so. Stratton will shoot two. That's Krishan Lewis's second and the team's fifth.
Ted Stratton doing the work we usually see from John Brucker, getting the ball down low, working hard, and getting fouled and putting the ball up in the air. And now we'll see what he can do at the free throw line.
Check that. That was Krishan Lewis's third foul, so he takes a seat on the bench as Rob Brous checks in. Stratton is no good with the first.
That's something I talked about earlier. I said if we could attack Lewis, maybe get a couple fouls on him, we might be able to get back in this game with him not on the court.
Stratton makes the back end of those two foul shots, making it 27-17, a 10-point lead as Akil Flythe checks out of the game. Dunner looking for an inbound. Good job by McKenna to nullify that inbound pass. Bensalem will still have the ball. 2:23 on the clock. Of course, North Penn is over the limit in fouls, so they'll have to watch that. Another turnover for Bensalem. Ted Stratton will control and now give off to Mike McKenna.
Bensalem continues to be out of control with those long passes, and North Penn needs to make Bensalem pay for it.
Hauser thought about the three, gives it up to Christopa. He'll fake the three, double down. Hauser with a long three, misses left, and the rebound is brought down by Art Brown. Rob Dunner will run the point for the Owls as North Penn has retreated from their trapping defense, and now they'll just go with the half-court trap. Schamberger air ball, and they'll hear it from the blue crew. Pete Christopa now bringing it up, a minute and a half. Quick pass to Ted Stratton, possibly too hot to handle. The turnaround, no good off the back of the rim. And Rob Dunner will pick it up for Bensalem.
It looked like he had Hauser on the three-point line all by himself. If he could have caught him, it would have been a great play.
Great job by McKenna, but he'll throw it right back to Byron Schamberger, looking for Christopa, who would have been all alone. But a good job by Schamberger to get the turnover.
Heads up play there by Bensalem, creating a turnover, but they got, like North Penn, they need to make North Penn pay for those undisciplined plays.
Art Brown getting down and dirty on the floor right there, but can't keep it in. 27-17, North Penn down by 10 with just a few ticks over a minute to go in this first half.
Good job there by North Penn to break that little press off the inbounds.
McKenna now gives it back to Joseph. Hauser with the head fake now to the corner. It's Christopa. Good entrance pass to Stratton on the baseline. No good on the fadeaway. Joseph cannot outreach Schamberger for the rebound. Schamberger is dominating the defensive glass tonight for the Owls. That'll be a backcourt violation, but it will go out of bounds anyway. Over and back against the Owls as number 12, Wes Frazier, checks in for the Owls. So North Penn might hold for last shot here. Of course, no shot clock in high school basketball. 34 seconds left. Joseph will set up. Christopa on the baseline. A great basket. Tried to draw a foul, couldn't get the call right there as we're under 20 seconds to go. Pete Christopa making his presence known. 27-19 is the score.
North Penn would really like to end the half with their scoring 2 points and shutting out Bensalem here.
Schamberger doubled down. McKenna knocks it over the backcourt. No backcourt called as it was off of North Penn. Hauser picks it up. 2 to shoot. Christopa. Is it good? They count the basket. Christopa at the buzzer. 27-21. North Penn, that's a huge basket right there. Wasn't sure about that one, but they referred to the backcourt official. That's Rick Fertig, and he made a good call right there. No doubt about that one. 27-21, Pete Christopa. Bensalem's coach, Sheldon Pear, was not too happy with that call, but North Penn goes into the locker room making the last 2 baskets of the half. 27-21 is your score at halftime. We'll be back with second half action. Along with Jason Payne, I'm Kyle Berger. Stay with us on North Penn Television. We'll be back after this.
What would you do if you had to choose between the buffalo and the giraffes? Between a flower or an elephant? What would you choose? What if you had to decide between a 100-year-old tree and a 1,000,000-year-old beach? Between drinking clean water or breathing clean air? Would you make the right choice? Would there be a right choice? Now there's a way to help. Not just one, but all these things. EarthShare, the world's leading environmental groups working together. It's one choice we can all live with. Ask your employer about workplace giving.
You
are 100% unadulterated energy. You have no choice but movement. You aren't acted on. You are action. You have the power to make the world a better place. You already know how to do it. Volunteer now for the American Red Cross. Call your local chapter for details.
Your parents are always bugging you to get out of the house and get some exercise. But you've got your own way of doing things. You're your own person. You don't need to follow the crowd or the rules. And the last people you want to be like are your parents.
Johnny, tell them what they want.
What are you gonna take?
Algebra.
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 Algebra!
If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, call MACNY. We'll tell you.
Back now at North Penn High School's gymnasium, getting set for the start of the second half in the third quarter. Jason, really a tale of two quarters in the first half for North Penn.
In the first quarter, the North Penn Knights weren't hitting shots. They couldn't rebound, and they had some foul trouble. In the second quarter, Bensalem got in foul trouble, and the Knights picked up their offense and their rebounding, and it shows in the score.
Of course, North Penn 3 for 16 from three-point range, and they are a team that's known to shoot the three ball, but if you're not going to make it, you should not be taking that many three-point shots.
Well, the Knights are going to have to work a lot better on getting some easier shots.
Quickly into the basket. That was number 23, Art Brown. 29-21 now the score. 7:45 to go, just starting the second half, and Bensalem quickly controlling. Rob Dunner working against Christopa, no foul called. Thought it might have been a charge. Lewis finding some hang time right there. That's his 12th point. 31-21 is the score. Joseph, the great dish to Brucker. Contact on that play by Art Brown. Going up for the block shot.
Looks like Brown might have hurt his ankle. He's limping around the floor still. Brucker now at the line. John Brucker, the kind of guy, gets to the line a lot with a lot of aggressive moves to the basket.
Brucker makes that first end of the free throws. Now it's 31-22. Brucker looking to make his second free throw. And he does not. Ball loose, swatted out by Hauser. Picked up now by Lewis. Great move by Brown to the basket. Can't get the roll off the rim, and McKenna finds the rebound. Good job by McKenna to get that rebound.
Looked like Joseph might have got a piece of that layup.
Mike McKenna now will control for North Penn. Christopa in the corner. Now it's Joseph. Might have gotten away with a walk right there. Hauser thought about a three. Christopa in the corner. He'll take the three off the side of the backboard. The ball was tipped, partially blocked by Schamberger, however. So North Penn will inbound from the baseline. Mike McKenna will do the honors. Christopa now. Out of bounds off of Lewis. McKenna will inbound. Christopa will now give it off to Jay Joseph. Now Bensalem back to that 3-2 zone defense. Christopa, the baseline drive. Dish to Brucker. The hoop with the foul. John Brucker saying, "What's up, Bensalem?" He drains it and draws the foul.
John Brucker doing exactly what he's been doing in all the games this year. Working hard on the inside, converting in the easy basket and getting to the free throw line.
That's the third foul on number 23, Art Brown. And John Brucker makes the most of that back end of the hoop with the foul. 31-25. Mike Hauser picks up the steal. 3-on-1 for North Penn. The dish to McKenna and the basket. Make an assist for Hauser and score 2 for McKenna. Bensalem needs a timeout, and they get it. 6:22 to go in the third quarter. The Blue Crew going nuts. 31-27. North Penn back in this game.
Exactly what the North Penn Knights needed. Tough defense, scoring easy points, getting to the free throw line, hitting free throws. They're doing everything they can, and they're doing it right.
One thing North Penn has not done yet this half, even though it's only just over 1.5 minutes old, North Penn has no fouls, and that's a good sign.
That's a very good sign. People like Brucker and Riley have to stay eligible to play, and the fouls were a big issue in the first half.
And now it really seems Bensalem is the people that are in foul trouble. 3 fouls each for Krishan Lewis and Art Brown. Dunner working against Christopa to get the inbound. He'll get it into Schamberger. Now the Knights going back to that pressing defense. Holding foul called. Christopa hits the ground hard. He appears to be all right. And that foul was against Christopa. That's his second and the team's first in the second half. Rob Dunner now working against Christopa to get the ball in. We'll give it back to Lewis working against Mike Hauser one-on-one. Lewis with the drive. Swatted by Jay Joseph. Oh my. Mike Hauser now coast to coast and gets the layup. North Penn's momentum is flying right now, and the Blue Crew is just going nuts.
North Penn is doing exactly what they needed to come out quick, play tough defense, and make transition points.
Dunner with the brick from three-point land. Ball loose on the floor. Lewis draws the foul, can't get the basket. I think that's against John Brucker, and it is. That's his third foul. Number 40, Brucker, picking up his third foul, the team's second.
They might have to go to Riley right now because Brucker has 3 fouls, and he's a guy they definitely going to need down the stretch. It looked like he has some blood on his elbow. They're gonna make him come out.
Mike Riley will check in the game for John Brucker, who has 3 fouls. There's the Blue Crew jeering Krishan Lewis. Misses the first one, short off the rim. And in a 2-point ball game, foul shots are the most critical. There you see again, the Blue Crew going nuts. Lewis does make his second, and it's 32-29. Mike Hauser now picking it up. And now it's Christopa. A 3-point ball game. The Knights are right in this one. McKenna, good job to haul down that pass. Hauser for 3 in the tie, no good off the rim. Tipped by Joseph, no good. Lewis pushes. Dunner will now slow things down. He'll take the 3, however. No good off the rim. Good rebound by Art Brown.
Maybe not the best choice there for Dunner with a 3-point lead and the momentum North Penn's way. They just needed to get an easy basket.
And Hauser picks up the steal off the loose ball. TJ Stansel could not control Krishan Lewis's pass. Now Jay Joseph will just hang out working against Rob Dunner. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Christopa in the corner. Baseline drive. Could not get the flying shot to fall. And it remains 32-29 Bensalem. Lewis spots up for the 3. No good off the rim. McKenna with the rebound. McKenna working 2-on-4 against Bensalem. He'll just have to wait, and he will. Jay Joseph now. North Penn calls timeout. Fergus asking for everybody to come in. This is a 20-second timeout, so they'll have to make the most of their time in their huddle.
North Penn doing an excellent job on the defensive end in this second half. Jay Joseph had a huge block on Lewis. They've created a couple steals. Fast breaks have been great. And now it looks North Penn looks a little more comfortable and not as uptight as they were in the first half.
And now that we have ourselves a close game, nothing can be more important than free throws. And North Penn has done a nice job tonight of making their free throws count. We've seen Krishan Lewis miss a couple key free throws for the Owls. Could be a 7 or 8 point game if he makes some of his as well as some of his teammates. But right now, 32-29, North Penn will inbound with 4:36 to go in the third quarter.
Related to free throws, foul trouble is also an issue. We got Brucker has 3, and Christopa and Riley have 2, and they're 3 guys that desperately need to stay in this game.
And, of course, Art Brown and Krishan Lewis of Bensalem also have 3 fouls. So we'll see if that comes into play. Right now, just about halfway through this third quarter. Jay Joseph will kick it out to Mike McKenna. Now Hauser wide open in the corner. Thought about the 3, passed up on it. Joseph now with the 3 for the tie. No good off the rim. Hauser too far to get that offensive rebound. And Schamberger will push, make that Lewis. In the paint, nothing but backboard right there. Could not hit the rim on that crazy shot. Trying to rush a little bit too much, possibly. And North Penn will control.
Yeah, I agree. I think both teams are a little hasty with some quick shots. They need to settle down and get themselves some nice, easy shots.
Joseph in the corner. He'll drive. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Byron Schamberger. And now it's pushed up the court by Rob Dunner. The bounce pass in the near corner. This is Art Brown back to Schamberger from the top of the key. Count it. That's for 2. 34-29. Now a 5-point lead for Bensalem. That's their first basket in a long time.
Yeah, and they got themselves a nice, easy opportunity, an open jump shot, and that's what both these teams need to work for.
Joseph now for 3. Good. Nothing but net. 34-32, a 2-point ball game. Once again, Bensalem giving North Penn the opportunity to drain those 3-pointers, and they're making the most of it. Moving pick called, I believe, on Art Brown. Yes, that is. That's his 4th foul. Key right now for Art Brown. He's going to have to come to the bench as Akil Flythe comes in. Brown very frustrated as he'll take a seat on the bench. Also checking in for North Penn, number 42, Justin Hughes, getting some good minutes tonight for the Knights.
Art Brown a key for Bensalem because he's 6'3" and has a huge leaping ability. He's one of their advantages on the boards.
Krishan Lewis going coast to coast. Gets the layup with a slap on the glass. 36-32. So North Penn had a chance to tie or take the lead on that possession. And an errant pass picked off by Krishan Lewis gives Bensalem a 4-point lead. Hauser will work it over to McKenna. Wide open for 3. No good off the rim. Lewis will gather the rebound.
Krishan Lewis doing a lot of things like he did against Pennsbury tonight.
Now the 3-pointer by Dunner. Nothing but net. 39-32 with 2:20 to go. North Penn needs a basket here and needs a couple more defensive stops. They want to be within striking distance once the third quarter's over.
Looks like Bensalem starting to turn the tide a little bit with some defensive rebounds and some nice jump shots.
Joseph, a little long on that 3-pointer. Long rebound pulled in by Byron Schamberger. He'll gain midcourt, and now it'll be Krishan Lewis for the Owls. Working one-on-one against Mike McKenna. He's called for the 5-second violation. The coaching staff very frustrated on the Bensalem bench. Of course, you have to make forward progress with the basketball when you're working one-on-one against a defender. And Krishan Lewis just kind of hung out right there, and he gets rung up for the 5-second violation.
A guy like Krishan Lewis can take a lot of guys to the basket. I think he just waited a little too long there.
North Penn gets a little more height back into the game as John Brucker checks in for Justin Hughes. Bensalem now back to the box and 1 defensive setup. Joseph with the drive, kicks it out to Hauser, wide open for 3, no good. North Penn, a little lack of communication going for the rebound there. Brucker and Riley both jumping for that one. Neither of them were able to pick it up, and Bensalem takes over as the ball goes across that baseline. $1:20 to go in the third quarter. 39-32 is your score. Bensalem has the lead. Hauser picks up the steal. Running the court. No basket. Foul on the floor against Byron Schamberger. A holding call.
That was a great play by Hauser, stepping in front of that pass and then making something happen by going strong to the net.
John Jamison checking in for Mike McKenna. That's the 4th team foul against Bensalem. That's the 2nd foul on Byron Schamberger. Brucker with the stutter step. Back to Hauser, wide open for 3. Off the back of the rim. Good rebound by Mike Riley on the floor. Still controlling, kicks it out. Good save by Riley. Now it's Jay Joseph trapped in the corner. And North Penn will reset.
Good effort there by the Knights, keeping control of the ball and resetting their offense.
Hauser on the baseline into Brucker. Can't draw the foul. I thought there was one. And now he does draw a foul. No shooting foul, but it's on the floor. And once again, Schamberger picks up the call. That's his 3rd and the team's 5th. So with 45 seconds to go, Mike McKenna will check back into the game for the Knights, down by 7.
The foul trouble issue has hit Bensalem now with Schamberger having 3. He's a big key. He's a big, tall guy with leaping ability, and they need to keep him on the floor.
A push-off foul called on Mike Riley away from the ball as McKenna was wide open for 3. He might have thrown an elbow while setting a pick, and that's his 3rd and the team's 3rd in the second half. So a costly offensive turnover for the Knights.
That was a chance for them to lessen this lead a little bit, and Bensalem now will probably hold out for a while and try and get the last basket.
30 seconds to go as Lewis holds on to the ball. Picked off by Joseph, wide open, and he'll lay it in, 39-34. Jay Joseph, great anticipation on that play.
Blue Crew wanted a dunk, I think, over there.
Akil Flythe makes the basket as Riley was thrown to the floor. I'm not sure if he tripped over his own feet or was forced down. But 10 seconds to shoot for the Knights. Joseph will try to set up a shot as the Knights are down by 7. Joseph with the 3, no good off the rim. And Flythe will just grab the rebound and hang on to it. 41-34. North Penn down by 7. They're going to have to fight their way back into this one with 8 minutes to play, with the 4th quarter still to forthcoming in this game.
I think Jay Joseph, if he would have hit that last 3 at the buzzer, would have been a huge lift, a big confidence builder for North Penn. They would have lessened the lead to 4. A big chance for them to keep momentum into the 4th quarter.
Of course, North Penn putting 11 points on the board in that half, or in that quarter rather. So they're getting back into this game. I mean, you look at, they were within 2 at one point and then had a couple costly turnovers and could not get some defensive stops, and Bensalem's back out to that 7-point lead. So North Penn down 41-34 with the 4th quarter to come. Coaches Mike Fergus and Sheldon Pear firing up their troops for the last quarter of action. Bensalem has 5 team fouls. They only have 1 to give, while North Penn has 3 to give with only 3. So the final 5 in this last quarter for the Knights will be Joseph, Brucker, Stratton, Jamison, and McKenna. Look for Hauser to check back in along with Christopa when they get the chance, possibly Riley as well. Bensalem will now go with Jeff Pear, number 20. He's working against Jamison.
I think it's very important for North Penn to get points on this possession and set a standard for this 4th period.
Jamison into Brucker. Joseph thought about the jump shot, could not take it. Now it's Jamison. Great pass to Brucker, working, but has the ball stripped away from him. And it's Krishan Lewis with the drive off the glass. No good, but the follow by Flythe. Great job to get down the court in support of Lewis by Flythe. So 43-34, Knights down by 9.
Akil Flythe has had a couple of really nice offensive rebounds and putbacks for Bensalem. It's been a key for this lead for Bensalem.
Now it's Jamison. McKenna calling for Joseph to get back to the top of the key, and he does. North Penn needs a couple threes or a couple really quick baskets. Brucker open in the lane, could not get that pass. Stratton with the fall away, no good. And taken away by Bensalem, just barely kept in. Rob Dunner will bring it up for the Owls.
They also need to tighten up their defense and create turnovers and lessen the second chance points.
Now it's Lewis, thought about the 3, working against Stratton, but did not put it up. Quick pass. Now it's Dunner, the fadeaway from the baseline, no good off the rim. Tip back, no good. But Lewis, what a play. Krishan Lewis is blowing up here in the second half. 6:20 to go, and it's an 11-point lead for Bensalem. I believe that's their largest of the game.
That's the kind of athleticism college scouts see in Krishan Lewis.
Mike Fergus wants a timeout, and he gets it. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Krishan Lewis playing very well despite having 3 fouls. Schamberger and Brown also have 3 fouls.
North Penn putting together needs to put together a little run here, play some defense. They had a 16-1 run against Council Rock in the second half last week. They need the same kind of effort. There's the Blue Crew.
And really, once you get the Blue Crew on your side and harassing the other team, it's a real advantage, and that's the great thing about the school spirit at North Penn. They're really supportive of their teams, and they come out in full force every game. And with an 11-point deficit, North Penn really needs to find a way to get back into this game. And if it means scoring a couple baskets, getting a couple turnovers on defense, even just getting the crowd on your side, anything to help is huge for the Knights right now with only 6:15 to play.
Once the Knights get on a little roll, the Blue Crew will fire up this this gymnasium, and we'll hear the crowd and see the effects that the Blue Crew can have.
McKenna will inbound for the Knights, down by 11. Box and 1 once again for Bensalem. Joseph in to Brucker. He'll kick it back out. Jamison for 3. That's way long. Joseph with the push brings it down. Schamberger swats it. Ball now on the floor. Stratton could not pick it up, and Dunner will bring it for Bensalem.
Jay Joseph looking Krishan Lewis-like on that rebound.
A huge three-pointer by Krishan Lewis. 48-34 is the score. North Penn needs to find a way to get back into this game. McKenna now from the baseline with 3. Yes! 48-37 now. 5.5 to go. Bensalem needs a timeout. Sheldon Pear up in the face of Byron Schamberger. It's a 20-second timeout.
Those are the kind of shots McKenna's going to have to knock down, and his teammates are going to have to knock down to get back in this one. They got back within 2, but they've lost that ever since the end of the third quarter.
Little dispute going on in the Bensalem huddle between Lewis and Schamberger and the coach, Sheldon Pear. Pear was not very happy about McKenna being that wide open for a three-pointer and immediately called for the timeout. He'll go back to the bench and throw a few things around, including water bottles and jerseys. And checking into the game, Mike Hauser, one of the big guns for the Knights, the Reporter Athlete of the Week for this week. Congratulations, Mike Hauser.
They're going to need his outside shot to come back here today.
Akil Flythe now controlling. It's Schamberger. And now Dunner calls a play, setting it up. Bad pass is controlled, however, by Krishan Lewis. Now it's Jeff Pear, the coach's son. And Dunner once again. Of course, Bensalem in no hurry right now. They're just going to set things up and see what happens. Kick ball goes out of bounds off of North Penn. Bensalem ball.
Bensalem's going to try and run some clock a little bit here. North Penn's got to force a turnover.
Inbound swatted by Brucker, and he picks up the foul on Schamberger. That's his 4th. And the
Speaking of turnover.
6th. Exactly, Jason. Good call right there. Sideline inbound after Schamberger's 4th personal foul and the team's 6th. 48-37 is the score. An 11-point lead for the Owls. Brucker out to McKenna. Baseline drive. Has the ball stripped by Lewis. No foul on that play. He got all ball.
Krishan Lewis filling every column of the stat box tonight. Steals, rebounds, points, assists.
Dunner the fadeaway. No good off the rim. Hauser coming in for the rebound, but has it taken away. Push-off foul. Who's it against? It's definitely against North Penn. Not sure the player. It's on Brucker. That's his 4th. And the team's 5th. Christopa's going to check in now for John Jamison, and coming out of the game for Bensalem, number 20, Jeff Pear. Replacing him is number 54, TJ Stansel. 4:27 to go, an 11-point lead for the Owls, 48-37. Short off the rim, Lewis picks up the offensive rebound and the basket. So Krishan Lewis dominating here in the second half.
Right place at the right time for Krishan there.
McKenna thought about the three, brings it inside the arc and gets a 2-point basket. 50-39 now the score.
Krishan Lewis has 22 points tonight. He's been all over the court, three-point line, free throw line, baseline.
Pete Kristopa gets that reach-in foul. That's his third, I believe. And the team's fifth foul. So North Penn now with one to give. Looks like North Penn might be trying to get a couple intentional fouls here to get back into this game. As we've seen, Bensalem not the best free throw shooting team. Lewis, the great drive off the pass from Akil Flythe. 52-39.
Make that 24 points for Krishan Lewis.
Brucker kicks it out to McKenna for three. No good off the rim. And rebounded by the immense Byron Schamberger.
Height, too much for North Penn there on the boards.
Dunner somehow gets away from Mike McKenna. Krishan Lewis goes to the spin move, baseline drive, Schamberger kicks it off. Lewis up into the air, gets his 26th point of the night. 54-39, 15-point lead for Bensalem. North Penn really needs something to happen.
Kyle, you think we're going to see 30 from Lewis tonight?
I don't know. It's a good question, Jason. We'll see what happens. Hauser with a long three, no good. Put back by Brucker, no good. Put back by Kristopa, no good. Tough break for the Knights right there as Schamberger pulls down the rebound finally for the Owls. Yeah, we might see the 30-point mark eclipsed by Krishan Lewis on the free throw line tonight if North Penn goes to the intentional foul.
Good look there by Lewis, finding the open Stancil for an easy point.
56-39 now. Hauser with 2.5 to go on the clock. Kristopa sends it into Brucker. Now McKenna on the baseline. Nowhere to go with it. Back out to Kristopa. Thinks about the three. Now to Brucker at the top of the key. Give and go right to Kristopa, and he can't get the layup. Tough break for Kristopa. Schamberger brings down the rebound. He's got to be in double digits in rebounding tonight.
For North Penn, Jay Joseph and Mike McKenna both have 8 points.
Well, TJ Stancil brought the ball across midcourt, and Bensalem, who travels in numbers, brings their own version of the Blue Crew here tonight. They're riled up. 39 for North Penn, 56 for Bensalem. 17-point deficit with 2:08 to go in a game usually does not signify a win for the team that's down by 17.
Well, the North Penn Knights seem to have reverted back to the first quarter where their outside shot wasn't falling, the rebounds weren't there, and Bensalem hitting the easy shots. It's been the first and fourth period have been quite similar, and the second and third have been quite similar.
So definitely a change in mood for Coach Sheldon Pear of Bensalem. Just a few minutes ago, he was harassing his own players, throwing things around on the bench, doing his best Bobby Knight imitation, but right now it's more of a jubilant atmosphere. Bensalem looking for a little revenge on the Knights. Of course, North Penn beat Bensalem twice in the regular season and knocked them out of the District 1 playoffs last year, and that's one of the points that Krishan Lewis touched on in the beginning of the game when I talked with him, and he just said simply, we're going to do whatever it takes to beat North Penn tonight. We haven't beaten them in a year. And that playoff loss really stung the Owls. And look at this inbound to Schamberger, almost an alley-oop dunk. Great pass by the quarterback, Rob Dunner, thrown to Byron Schamberger. Into Brucker, the spin move off the glass and count it. 58-41, North Penn down.
They're the kind of shots Brucker can hit, and that's the kind of plays he can make.
5-second violation on Bensalem. North Penn gets the turnover. Bill Fry now in the game, but he'll come right out as Mike McKenna checks in for the Knights.
Coach using Bill Fry to give Mike McKenna a little time to rest and maybe give him a little talk.
McKenna for three, good! 58-44 as North Penn calls timeout. Into the final 102 seconds of this matchup between the Owls and the Knights. 14-point lead for the Owls.
That'll give McKenna his team leading 11th point for the night, but they're still down 14. They're going to have to do a fabulous job on the defensive end and even better job on the offensive end to come back tonight.
Got a little battle verbally going on between the two Blue Crews right now. Bensalem saying, look at the scoreboard, Blue Crew, but our guy's saying, hey, we beat you in football. And Jason, you can attest to that one.
That was a great night for us. We had a great offensive night. We finally broke out of an offensive slump of the season, put up a lot of points, got a lot of yards, and it was a conference builder for the year for us.
So 58-44 is the score. Bensalem coming out of the timeout, and they'll inbound the ball on their own baseline. Rob Dunner will inbound. North Penn is now out of timeouts. Art Brown dishes off to Dunner. Ball on the floor. Foul is called. Who's it on? That's Christopoulos. 4th foul. Team now with 6. Mike McKenna will check in. Never mind. Coach Fergus not sure what he wanted to do there, and McKenna comes back and grabs a seat on the bench.
Coach Fergus wants to wait for the 1-and-1 situation to come in effect before he puts McKenna back on the floor.
Lewis trying to corral the open basketball. Can't pick it up. And that foul is on North Penn's number 23. That's Jay Joseph. His second. Team now over the limit. 1-and-1 for Krishan Lewis.
With that 1-and-1, you see Fry out and McKenna back in.
So $1:36 to go in this 4th and final quarter. Both teams are in the shooting bonus. Loose ball after the missed 1-and-1. Jump ball, possession arrow goes back to Bensalem. Tough break for the Knights as Bensalem takes over after the jump ball.
After seeing the free throw shooting we've seen tonight, I'm surprised North Penn didn't go to the foul him, put him go to the bonus and make him win it at the line a little earlier than now, though.
A pair of 20s checks into the game for both teams. For North Penn, it's Bill Fry, and for Bensalem, it's Jeff Pear. Art Brown can't pick up the offensive rebound and put back, but TJ Stencil can't either. Lewis now goes to the glass, can't pick it up, and Bill Fry hauls it down with 1:15 for the Knights. A 14-point deficit. It's 3-ball time. Now into Brucker, the foul, but no basket. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Picking up the foul on that one was number 20, Jeff Pear.
Crowd's getting a little violent here in North Penn.
The natives are getting restless over in Blue Crew land.
Another new North Penn Knight on the court. That's Tom Parentozzi.
One of your best buds on the football team. He'll be checking in to get some minutes here in the last couple of seconds.
Had one of his best football games against Bensalem.
Brucker makes the first. 58-45 is now the score, a 13-point lead for the Owls, who appear to be on their way to their 3rd victory, make that their 4th victory of the season. Brucker makes the second, 58-46 now the score. Lewis will trap the ball. Elbows flying, jump ball, North Penn will take over. Tough break for Bensalem. Now checking into the game with 4 fouls is Byron Schamberger, replacing number 20, Jeff Pear.
Both teams playing the substitution game here with their players who are in foul trouble.
Jay Joseph, the spin move, the jump shot, no good. Hauling it down is Art Brown. Rob Dunner working against his quarterback counterpart, Tom Parentozzi, draws the foul against McKenna. I believe that's McKenna's first, team over the limit. 1-and-1 for the Owls with 57.8 seconds to go.
Looks like they're going to put Bensalem back on the line and make them hit the free throws and not the open jump shots and layups that they've been hitting all day.
Rob Dunner now. He'll be taking 1-and-1. Makes the first. Bensalem now with 59 points to North Penn's 46.
Well, it looks like North Penn put the wrong guy on the free throw line here at the end of the game. Maybe they should have turned to Krishan Lewis.
Bensalem now at the 60-point mark with a 14-point lead over the Knights. McKenna, the 3. No good off the back of the rim. Dunner will pick it up.
with a 14-point lead. Looks like both teams are going to maybe clear the bench a little bit.
That appears to be what's happening. As a little chant of na 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 na, hey hey, goodbye comes from the Bensalem Blue Crew, much to the displeasure of the North Penn crowd. 40.1 seconds to go as Kyle Wyatt and Heike Johnson check into the game for North Penn. Brucker will take the three and makes it. 60-49. 30 seconds to go with the clock running.
John Brucker showing a little range with that inside game he has. Hitting that three.
Will take it to the floor and dish it. No good was Jeff Pear. Now Pear will just set it back up. 15 seconds to go. Bensalem will just play out the string here. As now it is Krishan Lewis drawing the foul against, I believe, Kyle Wyatt. No, make that Heike Johnson. That's his first and the team's ninth.
Well, with 26 points, Krishan Lewis obviously leads both teams in scoring.
Yeah, the game high 26. Has a chance to push it to 28 right here if he can make two shots. As you can probably hear, Bensalem saying it's all over. Krishan Lewis no good, but the putback by Byron Schamberger. The Bensalem crowd rises to their feet as they will go back to Bensalem a victor. 62-49 is your final score from the North Penn High School Gymnasium. North Penn unable to come out of here with a victory as Bensalem pulls off the victory. 62-49 once again. North Penn will drop to 4-5. Bensalem will improve to 4-2.
North Penn seemed a little overmatched with height and athleticism. If they could have hit their jump shots a little more consistently, I think they would have had a lot better chance to beating the Owls tonight.
Definitely the three-pointers missed by North Penn are a big key in that game. They missed several, almost 20 missed three-point shots, and that's going to kill you. John Brucker and Mike McKenna both tied for the North Penn lead with 11 points. There's number 40, Brucker, standing on the court talking to some of his friends. So McKenna and Brucker with 11. Christopa had 6. Joseph with 8. Hauser with 5. And once again, Krishan Lewis domination, 26 points. Schamberger with 10. And his two football teammates, Rob Dunner and Akil Flythe with 8.
Akil Flythe gets those 8 points off of 4 offensive rebounds and putbacks, which were, I think, a big key in the times of the game when he got these points.
So once again, your final score, 62-49. Bensalem Owls taking it to the North Penn Knights on their home court. That's going to wrap up our coverage of this basketball game. For Jason Payne and the entire North Penn sports team, I'm Kyle Berger. So long, everybody, from the North Penn High School Gymnasium.
What would you do if you had to choose between the buffalo and the giraffes? Between a flower or an elephant? What would you choose? What if you had to decide between a 100-year-old tree and a 1,000,000-year-old beach? Between drinking clean water or breathing clean air? Would you make the right choice? Would there be a right choice? Now there's a way to help. Not just one, but all these things. EarthShare, the world's leading environmental groups working together. It's one choice we can all live with. Ask your employer about workplace giving.
What are you going to take?
Algebra.
Algebra.
If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, call MACNY. We'll tell you.